right, everybody. We are here. Let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. This is The Defenders Season 1 Spoilers Review. This is a spoilers review. So if you saw the title, you clicked on this title, you're watching this. I don't want to see you in the comments saying, oh, you spoiled this. Oh, you spoiled that. You saw the title. Let's get into it. First of all, Danny Rand has been training. Finn Jones has been doing some stuff outside of the Iron Fist Season 1, and he came into Defenders swinging. Him and Colleen, since the last time we see him, they've been traveling around defeating different defeating different factions of the Hand. Oh man. But in the beginning, we get a small exposure on what each character has been doing. We see Jessica at a bar. She's still figuring out her way after Kilgrave. We see Luke Cage in jail. And man, when it turned to Luke Cage, every time I turn Luke Cage, the music switched to that music that we got in Luke Cage's series. It turned Luke Cage, he was getting out of jail. They flipped on some Most Def, man. It was awesome. Foggy gets Luke out of jail. Daredevil is back to being a lawyer. He's back to doing what him and Foggy were doing, helping out the less fortunate in different cases, winning cases and whatnot. Danny is facing demons of his own for not protecting Kung Long. So we know that the Iron Fist left Kung Long to go to New York because he wanted to see what his former life was about. And while he was gone, the Hand came in and wiped out all of the monks in Kung Long. So he's facing that then he's in that purgatory in his mind for what he didn't do. Like I said, I love when they switch back and forth. Every time they switch back to Luke Cage, something to deal with Luke Cage, man. The music flips, and we get them beats, man. You just be rocking like, man. Oh, wait a minute, the show's playing. I gotta get back and watch it. Missy showed up at the apartment while Luke Cage and Claire was taking a nice cup of coffee. He had both his cups of coffee in the room at the same time, man. Luke get around, bro. Luke gets around. All right, so to me, Defenders is like Daredevil Season 2.5, Jessica Jones 1.5, Luke Cage 1.5, and Iron Fist 1.5. And I say that because we get pieces of what they are continuing to do from their own respective seasons, not seasonings. Seasons after everything took place in their season, we're seeing the continuation. We're getting little hints at what we will see going forward. Luke Cage gave me a hint that I thought something was going to take over into Luke Cage Season 2. So now I'm just totally blown about what Luke Cage Season 2 is going to be about. But Sigourney Weaver, I don't even know what else to say about Sigourney Weaver, man, but she played the hell out of this role. She played Alexandra, bruh. She was everything that this role needed. She was menacing. She was evil. She was subtle about it, though. It wasn't. She didn't have to come out and say, "I'm gonna hit you with my pretties." She had to do that. It was just her acting. It was just when she said what she said. She meant what she said. All of that, man. Sigourney Weaver, hats off to you for what you did. Then, apparently, Sigourney Weaver has more power than Madame Gao. Now, we're not talking about physical power because we're going to get into that later. We're talking about influence. We're talking about when it comes to going in what direction Madame Gao comes to Alexandra. So it's like Alexandra is the head of the Hand in a sense. But we'll get to that Hand in a minute. Earthquake. We got to remember that there's that big hole in the ground. Excuse me, guys. I got the sniffles. I do. There's that big hole in the ground that Matt and Elektra found in Daredevil Season 2. More than likely, that's the epicenter of that. And it actually was. The Midland Circle building was built right over top of the hole that Matt and Elektra found. Remember, they threw that flashlight down there just to see how deep that hole was and how long it took for him to notice that flashlight had dropped. We get Elektra. She comes on the scene, bruh. She's back from the dead. She is the Black Sky. She's here to do whatever the Hand says to serve life itself. Apparently, members of the Hand, they're immortal. Madame Gao, they'll tell her how old she is, and if she's old, and they'll tell her how old Alexandra is. All right. So we continue to move forward. Madame Gao and Alexandra are looking for something. They ran into a wall after the earthquake digging. Okay, the wall has Kunlun markings on it, and only Iron Fist can break it. Now, what does that wall do? We'll get to that in a second. I got plenty of notes. All right, the missing man was forced to work for the Hand to help build the building. His name was John Raymond. He was an architect. All right, so he finds Jessica Jones' place because his family, John Raymond's family, came to Jessica Jones for her to go look for him. She was like, no, I'm not getting into this. As soon as they left her place, somebody came on the phone and said, don't go looking for John Raymond. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. And you know that just turned her on. She was like, you know what? Somebody tells me not to do something, I'm still going to do it. All right, so he came to her place. He came to her house. He ended up killing himself because now he knows that the people are going to come looking for him. He knows this now. He shoots himself in the head. Then we get Elektra, who actually came to kill him. And we get a clean fight between Elektra and Jessica Jones. And there was a lot of verses between a lot of the characters, man, that are really good. We're going to get into those. Elektra has become the Hand's personal weapon. An assassin, just like Iron Fist belongs to Kunlun, or Protector Kunlun. Misty ends up arresting Jessica after John Raymond killed himself in her place. People are always killing themselves in her place, man. It never fails. It never fails. Young kid Luke was trying to help works for the new big boss in Harlem, which could possibly Luke Cage season 2, but I was definitely wrong. His name was the White Hat, or Sawande. We're going to talk about Sawande in a minute. We ain't got there yet. The Hand killed what looks like to be a small faction of Kunlun, but we found out that it was the remaining members of the Chase, which is who Stick is the leader of. So Stick is in here as well, guys. I know you saw in the trailer. Stick is here as well. The young kid, hold on one second, y'all. Man, this my wife was sick last week. Excuse me. Apparently I got it now. The young kid and the crew, the young kid that Luke was trying to help out, they come to the scene where Colleen and Iron Fist are, where they found those members of the Chase killed. So they came to pour acid on their hands and on their faces, so they would be unrecognizable when it came to like police finding the scene and picking up bodies. Danny and Colleen stopped them. Like I said, one of the kids in there that's helping out is the kid Luke Cage was looking after. All right. Then Luke Cage pulls up on the scene, and then we got the Heroes for Hire fight. Luke Cage versus Danny Rand, which was hilarious because Iron Fist was trying to punch Luke. It wasn't doing anything. Luke was just tossing him around. It wasn't working until Iron Fist Danny summoned that Iron Fist and just knocked Luke out, and he flew across the garage or the alley that they were in. Just amazing. Please give us an actual Heroes for Hire season, Netflix and Marvel. We want an actual Heroes for Hire season. All right. So we find that Alexandra has captured Stick. All right. And we see Misty Knight has the signature hair now. So she got that signature look now. We're going to get to her a little bit later because her character is really about to come all together. And we'll see that in Daredevil season. Not Daredevil, but Luke Cage season 2. Alexandra captured Stick. They both know each other. I believe Stick is just as old as everybody else as well. Excuse me, y'all. I gotta take a lot of medicine because I still gotta go to work. All right, and Alexandra captures Stick. They have a long, deep conversation. She talks about how long she knows Stick's been chasing, trying to stop the Hand or whatnot. We get Jessica, who's still in lockup, and Matt comes in to represent her because Foggy came and told him, like, hey, this is chick named Jessica Jones. If she gets into any trouble, we're going to make sure. No, Hogarth came to Foggy and said, there's a chick named Jessica Jones. She gets into any trouble. We need to make sure that she stays protected because we don't want what really went down to get out. So apparently Foggy passes that over to Matt, and Matt goes and takes care of that. Now, we get a scene earlier on when they were doing a small expose of each and every character, coming into the beginning of the season. We see Matt and Foggy having a drink at Josie's, the bar that they normally went to. Everything's not all the way together with them, but they're okay. They're okay, and that's cool. Who is the White Hat? Okay, who is the White Hat? The White Hat is Sawande, as I was saying earlier. But we're gonna definitely that's something we gotta wait for later. I'm going episode by episode, y'all. We're breaking this thing down. All right. Electra went through so Electra, not Electrica. That sounds like a Pokemon. Electra went through a Lazarus Pit reincarnation type style, and the reason I say that because she woke up not knowing who she was. She woke up as the Black Sky, and she, like I said, she woke up out of this pool of blood and this dark, murky substance. And she just, Alexandra told her, "You're not Electra Nachos anymore. You are the Black Sky." We were told that she was a Black Sky at the end of Daredevil season 2. The Black Sky is a concept invented just for the MCU. Oh man, y'all said prayer for me. I need some medicine. It was a concept created just for the MCU. It's not an original character. For the MC for Marvel Comics, it's a concept just for the MCU, and I think that's cool. Stick ended up escaping Alexandra and cut his hand off. Literally cut his hand off and left, and that was kind of synonymous with cutting off the hand. Marvel, to me, man, they weave this story so perfectly. How, as the story progressed, each and every character found themselves connecting with each other. We move on. Luke and Danny meet through Claire, even after they had already fought. And they come together and they explain their backgrounds to each other. Jessica ends up following Daredevil, or following Matt, to end up seeing what he can do, because Matt was following her to see where she was going, and she reversed it on him. Then Luke and Danny have a woke conversation. Luke brings him that white privilege conversation, like, yeah, you might have this iron fist and whatnot, but you can still fix stuff just like that because you have funds, you have money, you have resources. And I thought that was pretty controversial to put in the show, but Marvel does not stop. They do not stop. They go all the way, and I think that was pretty cool that they had that conversation, because it's what's going on in our America and our times today. Like I said, man, the connectivity is so beautiful. It's vibrant. You can, when you're watching it, you can literally feel, as you're watching it, the story start to weave together, start to merge. And I think that was beautiful. The boy that got arrested from the acid scene that Luke Cage was trying to help, he ends up getting killed. Luke ended up going to the prison to meet with him and talk with him, and he basically told him, like, look, I'm dead, bro. Just by you coming here, I'm dead. He told Luke to leave, and he said, I want you to go buy my mom some lottery tickets. Please go buy my mom some scratch offs. He went and got him Luke went and got her the scratch offs, came to the house. As Luke was at the house, the jail or the prison called and said that the boy got killed. I believe she told him to put the tickets in the box. I think I missed that little part, but when he went to the box, he found the name on it that said Midland Circle, which means that boy died, giving Luke that clue to know what to do. Danny also found the Midland Circle clue at Rand Industries and walked right into the boardroom and met Alexandra. And everybody in there was the hand, man, because everybody put out swords and guns and weapons. And I was like, oh my God, Danny, you in trouble. And Luke Cage showed out. Hold on, y'all. Oh, this is horrible. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this. I rarely get sick. I do. I rarely get sick. Jessica Jones went to the architect firm that John Raymond worked for and found out that the name of the building that he was working on for the hand was Midland Circle. So you see what I'm talking about? Everybody individually gets the same clue. Everybody individually gets the same clue, and then they weave it together. And it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. All right, so Matt followed Jessica to Midland Circle, and he grabbed her arm, and she told him, touch me like that again, I'll make sure I'll punch you so hard you'll see. It was funny. So Stick finds Colleen at her dojo because he was looking for Danny. He comes there with the cut off hand. The whole boardroom, like I said, is the hand, man. They came fighting. Alexandra has to be old. I keep saying it over and over again, but she said, I've seen Iron Fist with an S, fist, before. So we know that they're not just a lot of Iron Fists, just like they're a Spider-Man. There's something that happens every so amount of years. A new Iron Fist gains the power. Luke busts in the boardroom to help Danny in the fray. We get the Heroes for Hire team up. We get Elektra versus the Defenders, everybody. We get Elektra versus Daredevil, and she recognized who he was because she could have killed him. That was her goal, to kill everybody. That's what she was told to do, was to kill everybody. She could have killed him, but she didn't. But did y'all see when she split that sword in half? It was one whole sword, and she just did a little move, and then the sword just split into two, man. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Matt realizes it's Elektra because, like I said, he spoke her name, and she stopped, and she hesitated. Like I said, she's supposed to kill him. Should have killed him. She's ordered to kill him, but didn't. And that was the beginning of pulling the thread that did she turn all the way, or is she still wholly Elektra? We find that out later. So Danny comes in and punches her sword to pieces as she tries to kill Matt. And man, that Iron Fist is powerful, man. I was thinking, man, you gonna cut your throat or your knuckle or something, but nothing. He just punches the sword and went into pieces. How old is Stick? I want to know how old Stick is. We never get into that. There's a conversation that Elektra and Alexandra has. And it puzzled me because Alexandra said, don't forget who brought us back. And I was like, So is it something that when the hand is being resurrected and they're in that stage, is it something where they meet somebody? Is it something where they're in a purgatory type situation and there's somebody that they talk with or they speak with or whatever, and then they bring them back? Is that what it is? Who knows? Who knows? All right. So we found out the history of the hand, and this little piece right here reminded me of the episode 7 of Voltron, Legendary Defender, where they broke down, where they took the time to break down the origins of Voltron and all that stuff. That's in my Voltron season review. Go check that out. But they found out that the hand was created out of 5 heretics. A heretic is somebody who belongs to something but doesn't believe in it, and they want to go off on their own. There were 5 heretics of Kunlun. So that means that the hand are 5 people originally from Kunlun who wanted to be immortal using their chi. Okay? They became the 5 fingers of the hand. And here are the 5 fingers of the hand. Alexandra, Madame Gao, Sawande, the white hat, Bakuto, who we met last year, who we met in Iron Fist, and Murakami, the Japanese guy that was cutting up that bear, that moon bear. Okay? Those are the 5 fingers of the hand. That means they are old as crap. They are old as crap. They could be centuries or millennia years old. They've been traveling the world who knows how long, and they're immortal. And what they always say is that they don't like death. But it's a possibility that they are close to death because Alexandra used most of the substance to bring back Elektra, or the Black Sky as they call her. Like I said, the fingers of the hand could be centuries or millennia years old. And Alexandra ends up coming to the restaurant. Now, they all retreated to a restaurant. Danny, Luke, Matt, and Jessica. And Stick ended up coming to the restaurant as well. But Alexandra pops up out of nowhere because they knew they were looking for him. And she lets them know that I want Danny to go with me. There's more to this. And then, of course, Danny's thinking about it. As always, he's thinking about it. Maybe I should do it. But he didn't. And Alexandra left. Okay, Jessica left the restaurant as well because she was like, I don't want to deal with this. But she went and ended up checking on the Raymond family, which is the John Raymond, the architect. She told the family. She found out somebody was waiting outside because she told them, I'm going to get you guys some police protection. You guys are going to be safe. Don't have to worry about anything. And come to find out that the hand already had somebody watching. So Jessica pulls up on this truck, busts the glass, told dude, you need basically going on about your business, yada, yada, yada. All right, Elektra comes to the restaurant and faces off Danny, Stick, Luke, and Matt. And to me, I thought, is this Black Sky the child of the hand? Is that how that lore goes? I don't know. We want to get more on that. We didn't get a lot on it. They just kept calling her the Black Sky, the Black Sky, the Black Sky, the Black Sky. We know that Stick killed a child that had the essence of the Black Sky in him in the previous Daredevil season. So we know that happened. Okay. Jessica ends up coming back. She realizes that she's a part of this as well. She rams through the restaurant in the car that she stole from the guy that was watching the Raymond family and hits Elektra. The fingers of the hand gather their forces and attack the restaurant. So everybody comes through ready to fight. Matthew fights Elektra as she's recognizing what he is saying about her being Elektra. Madame Gao shows her true power and blows this door open. Man, Madame Gao was fighting, bruh. Madame Gao was getting down with the get down, man. I'm telling y'all, man, I ain't never seen it like that in my life. Madame Gao was not playing with y'all. Madame Gao came through that thing, just she didn't even have to hit you. She just had chi, use her chi to push away. Madame Gao had the force. All right, Luke was about to go against the white hat until he got hit by a truck, and of course we know that didn't help him or hurt him rather. Everybody returned to Colleen's dojo, and Luke showed up with a member of the Hands, Sawande, a.k.a. the White Hat. Alexandra is questioning Elektra's loyalty based on her not killing anybody. Sawande said New York has always belonged to the Hand, and we figured that out with so much stuff buried underground. Earlier, Jessica did the research to show that the Hand has been buying buildings and properties all the way dating back to the 1800s. And Sawande says it's been going on way longer than that. And she found these documents where there was this signature. And Alexandra has been going by so many different names, from Angie to all type of different names, going back all the way to the 1800s. Like I said, Sawande said it's been going on way longer than that. Bakudo is alive. He's one of the five fingers of the hand. He's immortal. All right. Earlier, Matt had been meeting on and off with Ellen. They were getting their relationship together. You know, they were romantically involved in Daredevil. Excuse me, everybody, again. They were romantically involved. So, let me go back on something real quick. With Bakudo being another faction of the Hand, what were his motives in Iron Fist? Because he made it seem like his part of the Hand wasn't all evil. They were just trying to help people, but then it turned out to be evil, yada, yada, yada. Matt finally shows up in his Daredevil suit to help out. Because Jessica wanted to learn. This is one thing I said. Jessica needs to learn some more moves from Colleen or something. But she just punch, kick, throw. She needs to learn some type of fighting style. She got to. She can harness all of that. Jessica went to go get Trish to protect her, and Murakami, which is the Japanese guy who was slaughtering that bear, who was one of the five fingers of the Hand, he shows up to stop them from getting away. Matt shows up in a Daredevil suit to help out. The fingers of the Hand are trying to return to K'un-Lun with the help of the Iron Fist. Murakami believes that Elektra is not fully on their side, and he believes that Alexandra made the wrong decision in selecting Elektra. And Alexandra earlier put a lot into preparing Elektra to become the Black Sky, because she took on her, as she said, if this was her daughter. So she took it real personally. Murakami says Alexandra used the last of the substance to keep them alive on Elektra, which leaves them vulnerable. So now they're all vulnerable for death, when normally they normally don't die. They can die, they come back. And we saw that with Harold Meacham. We saw that in Harold Meacham. You know, he could not die. He just couldn't die. And now we understand that that's how the rest of them are living as well. They all want to go back home to K'un-Lun. They're from K'un-Lun. They're the original members of K'un-Lun, of the monks. Like I said, they separated themselves. And Sawande was killed by Stick when he tried to capture Daddy. He just chopped his head right on off. I thought that was kind of cool. All right. Elektra is definitely, why I keep saying Elektra is definitely not all the way part of the Hand, okay? She's not all the way. She's not all the way to Hand. Man, I got so many notes, man, because this stuff is so deep. Earlier, we realized that Alexandra loved music. She loves music. and she had a conversation with a woman way earlier in the series, talking about Beethoven and how he wanted to write the piece of music that she was listening to. I realized she was there. She's old as dirt. She was probably there. She probably was sitting down eating dinner with Beethoven. All right. Electra went back to Matt's house and she slept there. She stayed the night there. And I think that's when everything turned when she realized who she actually was. Everybody wants to keep Danny locked away from the hand because they know he's going to be the opening to that monolith that's down there. There's a monolith down in that hole that has the Kunlun markings on it, and the only person that can open it is an Iron Fist. Alright, so we get the defenders fighting each other because they're trying to capture Danny and keep him subdued. Daredevil handed him a clean whooping because Iron Fist ain't got it all the way together, man. Daredevil gave him that street brawl butt behind whooping. Danny ended up summoning the fist and hit Luke and blew everyone back, and then knocked Danny out to sedate him and chained him up. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Okay. We get Heroes for Hire. Danny finally wakes up after being subdued, and he says, well, we can be Luke Cage and the Iron Fist. I'm like, yeah, that's a comic book reference. That's a comic book title. We need the Heroes for Hire. You heard me, Netflix. We need the Heroes for Hire series. There's the substance in Kunlun that keeps the hand alive. We're going to get to that in a second. Stick was trying to kill Danny because he felt like, if I just get rid of Danny, this will kill all of this stuff. So they stop Stick. Electra comes in to stop him. Jessica and Matt find the plans to Midland Circle, which is the building plans that from when John Raymond built the building, which what could get rid of the building, what could stop the building, what he was covering up. But they go to this house, and they find them below, a piano in the house. Electra ended up killing Stick. Or did she? Could he possibly come back? Electra stopped everyone, beat everyone down, and captured Danny. And we find out that Electra is still Electra. She came in the building with the remaining fingers of the hand, and she said, I'm not the Black Sky. My name is Electra Nachios. And she kills Alexandra. She takes Alexandra out. So Alexandra is dead. She's no longer a factor. Why did they let Alexandra live as long as she did? They should let Cottonmouth live just as long as he did too, because Alexandra and Cottonmouth, I put them in the same boat together. I love those two characters. Now Electra says, I'm the leader of the hand, y'all answer to me now. They go back to that monolith that's down there below with the Kunlun markings. Then we get a fight of Bakuto, Madam Gao, and Murakami versus Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Daredevil. Amazing fight, man. Some of these versus fight, it was like when everybody would get ready to square up, they should have had the names going up over them and some power levels and, you know, like a Street Fighter type thing. I thought that'd have been cool. Man, Gao know the force. Man, Gao was like, wow, you know, get out my way. And we get Electra versus Danny in the bottom of the hole. And Madam Gao was bad, man. She was moving. She was doing a whole lot more than she normally did in Iron Fist and Daredevil and all the other series that we've seen her in. She way more than just a little limp in that cane. She's going to be at Pensacon in Pensacola, Florida next February, so I will get a chance to meet her. So, Electra got Danny to summon the Iron Fist, and he punched straight through that Kunlun marking wall, and they both went through it. We get a fight with Bakuto versus Colleen because we have that background with those two from their issues because she followed up on him so much. On the other side of the portal, which seems to look like the bones of a dragon that contains the substance to keep the hand alive or to keep anybody who uses the substance alive. And we realize that bones belong to Shao Lao, which is the dragon that Danny had to punch to get the powers of the Iron Fist. He was punched straight to the heart. Misty Knight got an arm cut off. So that means we got that bionic arm coming. We got the hair. We got that out the way. We got the outfit at the end of Luke Cage season 1. And we got that bionic arm coming. We get Daredevil versus Electra at the bottom of the hole because they devised a plan to blow the building and to get everybody out and to move forward. The building came down with Electra and Daredevil still in it. So, will they coming out? Will they be getting out? Will they be alive? We know Daredevil season 3 is coming, so there's no way he's dead. Danny is going to get Misty connected to someone to get, they didn't say to get a bionic arm, but to get someone medically who could help her. Alright? So, can Electra come back to life now that she's the Black Sky or has that power in her? Alright? Danny says he feels at home. He kisses Colleen. Jessica reopens Alias investigations. Luke goes on about his business. Everybody kind of goes on about their business. Foggy and Ellen realized that Matt not coming back. They told him that, hey, he made this decision, yada, yada, yada. Matt ain't dead. Daredevil is not dead. We get to the final scene of the movie. And there's this nun, this black nun. She sits on the edge of his bed. He starts the movie, starts to wake up. And the lady says, get Maggie. Tell her he's awake. So I look up Maggie. Who is Maggie? Come to find out, Maggie is Daredevil's mother. And apparently this is about to go into a saga from the Daredevil comics called the Born Again saga. Now, I don't know too much about that, but I looked it up. I did my research, and it's going to be great. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this so much that I've currently been talking about this for about 30 minutes. Defenders, man, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful series. It really brought everybody together because that's what it was supposed to do in the first place. And I thoroughly enjoyed this series, all 8 episodes. And I'm glad it was only 8 episodes, because if it was anything more than 8, it would have been pulling and trying to pull stuff together to make a full episode. So these 8 episodes were just enough. They were just what we needed. I hope you all enjoyed this spoilers review. You know who we are. We're Phantoms Anonymous. Please check out the links. Subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell for future videos. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, email me at phantomsanonymous17@gmail.com. I want to hear from you all. What are your thoughts on the Defenders? Let's talk about it in the comments below, whether you're watching this on Facebook or you're watching this on YouTube. Let's have that conversation. I got to get ready to go to work, guys. I hope you all have a great one. Thanks for watching. Good night. No, it's not night. Well, it will be night when the eclipse comes, but it's still daytime. I need to go take some medicine. Have a good one, y'all.